Hello, today is World Bipolar Day. Thank you so much for joining. And my name is Scott Walker. I live with bipolar disorder type 1, and I have been living with this mental illness since January 1st, 2000. Today I'm talking about calm my mind tools. So these are tools that have helped me to slow my mind down when it's not turning off, when I can't get to sleep. That being said, I am a work in progress. So I am not at this point in my life someone who has 100% effectiveness in getting to sleep every single night of my life. That being said, I'm fortunate and grateful to have learned many tools that have helped me to be able to calm my mind and to most times get to sleep. And just being 100% honest, like I say. Um, I do find that lately, in some of the energetic and spiritual communities that I'm part of, some people have said recently, the last 6 months or so, more and more people have had issues with sleep, and some people feel that's because all these energies coming in, but that's a whole other topic. So I'm going to share over 10 things today that have helped me at times in the past and now. And even as I created this list, I realized that some of these I have not been using and I've forgotten about. So some of these were a good reminder for me. Number one is to get off social media and news. Generally, when my mind is not turning off, I have a desire to get more information. And the worst thing I feel at that point is to be intaking more information. So, really suggest if your mind is not turning off, get off your phone, get off social media, don't watch the news on TV or other sources. Just shut off new information coming in. A second one is to do your best to stay away from blue light. You've most likely heard that blue light emitted from TVs and screens um, can keep your mind active, keep your mind awake. So even if you're not watching news and you tell yourself, "Oh, maybe I'll watch a movie on TV or on a streaming service," you're still getting that blue light hitting your eyes, which is still activating your brain essentially. So really encourage you get away from the blue light. A third one, which you may or may not agree with, and on that note, any all of these items that I'm mentioning, you may or may not agree with any of them. I would just encourage you to be open-minded. This next one is do physical exercise. I find personally for me, um, if I do some body weight exercises, things like push-ups, sit-ups, squats, lunges, bridges, that I might feel slightly energized initially, but then I will generally feel more tired, especially if I do them to a point of exhaustion. So that's something to consider is doing some physical exercise when your mind is not turning off. The fourth one is to masturbate. For a lot of people, both men and women, after that time, they tend to feel more relaxed. Some people feel really drowsy, really sleepy. There's different hormonal things that happen, so consider masturbating if your mind is not turning off. The next one is to consider using a natural sleep aid as a pill, like GABA and melatonin. I've used both of these in the past, and there's been times where within about 20 minutes, I'll literally feel my eyelids start to feel droopy and feel like my brain is shutting off. So consider looking into GABA and melatonin. Another one on a similar vein, if you're in a country like Canada where CBD products are legal, is to use CBD gummies or oil. Um, I would suggest not using THC. For some people with mood disorders, that can trigger mania or a psychosis. So I would consider a non-THC CBD gummy or oil. I experimented with them about a year ago, so worth considering. The next one is to consider listening to a binaural beats instrumental audio. So I know I did say to stay away from essentially social media and technology in general, but I would consider listening to an instrumental relaxing audio, whether it's binaural beats, could be classical guitar, could be classical music like Mozart, just something that is you're listening to, that can make a big difference. And you could consider using headphones as well for that. The next is to do a mind dump. And what a mind dump is you get a pen and paper, set a timer for 5 or 10 minutes, and then put everything on the paper that's in your mind, regardless of how it sounds, how it feels, how ridiculous it is, how weird it is, how inconsequential it may seem. Just write everything that you're thinking onto the paper. And quite often that can just feel like a weight off your shoulders. And I've had times where it literally feels my mind feels lighter after doing that. The next one is an acupressure mat. I received one of these fairly recently. And what it is it's kind of like a 2/3 of a yoga mat, maybe half a yoga mat, with thousands of plastic points on it. And those points are like little pricks, I guess we'll say. Um, and essentially, when you first lie on it, you do feel mild pain, honestly, for about a minute or two, because there's thousands of these little pointy plastic pieces against your skin. But after that period, your nervous system starts to slow down, your body starts to relax, your mind starts to get calmer. And I've read testimonies of people with chronic insomnia, anxiety, mood disorders that have said the mat has been a game changer for them. So for me, I've just started recently using it on and off. Um, but that's something you could consider is an acupressure mat. The next is to use candles for light. So to turn off your electric lights and just use candles. Again, that's a much more um, calming light for our body, for our eyes, and the lux level on the lighting, which is a measurement of light, is very low on candles. So it means that there's not much input going into your eyes. So that's worth considering. The next one is if you're able to have a bath. I'd consider not making it super hot, just nice and warm, relaxing. Or if you live somewhere that has a hot tub, just get yourself into warm water. Of course, that can be very relaxing for your entire body physically, which can potentially slow your mind down. The next one is Golden Future cards. That's an oracle deck that I recently received. And I'm not a big Oracle deck person. It's literally the only one I own. But I find that the graphics on the cards, they paint a very beautiful, calming, peaceful intention of the future. And I know right now we're living in a very challenging time in a lot of ways. A lot of things are happening on the planet that are not ideal. There's still wars happening, etc. But bottom line is, I feel, and I've heard many people say that we are moving into a better planet. And when I look at these cards, it helps calm my mind that yes, we are moving into a better planet. It's not happening tomorrow. I do feel it will happen within my lifetime, though. The next one is to reach out for support, whether it's a friend, a roommate, a girlfriend, boyfriend, family member, friend, in person, on the phone, video, just to reach out to them, be honest, say, hey, my mind's not slowing down. Can we talk? It might be more of a one-sided conversation, you doing a lot of the talking, them being a supportive, empathetic, fully present listener. But it's worth reaching out to support, and I'm optimistic you have that support. The last item I'll mention may surprise you, but that's to use a sleeping pill. Now, I say this with caution because I don't feel it's worth using that every night. If you are someone that is chronically having issues with sleep, I personally don't feel a sleeping pill is the answer. Reason being is that your body will get used to it essentially, and then you'll need more and more and more. However, if you are someone that just once in a while can't sleep, a sleeping pill is worth considering. I've used them in the past. Um, on the positive, I have gotten to sleep. On the negative, I felt like a truck hit me the next day, and I felt like a groggy and like a zombie the whole next day. But I do mention the sleeping pill because bottom line is it's better getting sleep and feeling groggy than not getting sleep. So all these resources, I'm going to put them into a post on my Substack. My website is down right now, so if that's something that interests you, make sure you subscribe to my Substack. Keep an eye out for that post. And by all means, I'd love to know if you've received value from this video, if there's something in this video that reminded you or you'd never heard of. Um, Conversely, if there's anything you are using to help you slow down your mind that I didn't go over, please comment. I'm always learning. I'm a work in progress. I'd love to hear what's working for you. And also, if you know of anyone that struggles with sleep, maybe they live with bipolar disorder, consider sharing this video with them. They might potentially hear one thing that will help them and or be reminded of a certain thing that they've used in the past that they've forgotten about. So I'd appreciate you considering sharing this. Thanks so much for joining. I am doing another live video in an hour, and that is on Lift Me Up tools. So thank you for tuning in. Create a wonderful day and be well.